Hello, someone.
Hello,
Fish.
Dolly.
Dolly? Hello, someone.
Hello,
Fish.
Dolly. Audio is working. Hello,
Fish.
Dolly.
Yay.
Nice.
Excellent. Not like that fake time.
I was there.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. That seems fine.
I'm sure it's fine. Alright, so now we get to play the game of What Have I Forgotten?
Yay, I like this game.
That's alright. We'll figure it out as we go.
That implies helping.
Yeah. The cause of? That's kind of like helping.
Mm.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Nope. So now we're diagnosing Trisha's audio.
Okay.
Alright, what about now?
Now it's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. We can hear you fine. Is it your headphones?
I'm hearing something through them.
What are you hearing?
There's
What?
no birds
What?
here. Oh, that might be coming through from elves.
Background noise.
Bird?
I know you haven't got birds on.
No, there's no birds, brother.
know what it is.
Cool.
So World of Warcraft.
Mm. Stopping it.
Birds are gone now? Yeah, birds are gone. Okay. Let's say disconnect and reconnect.
Turn it on and off again.
Basically.
Have paper in the printer.
What are you doing?
Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay.
I got up.
What's the picture of?
Across the road.
Yeah.
It's so fucking bright.
It's like daylight.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there.
Why don't you go and yell at them in your underwear?
Oh, I don't have any underwear on.
Even better, while brandishing your gun.
Nah, we've got an audio double back there, Nos.
An audio double back. I wasn't hearing that earlier.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll
Considering
mute
I
the,
went into the...
no, I'll mute the live stream.
Yeah.
I'll mute. Everything's cool.
You're just paranoid
Hang on.
now.
Yeah. No, I could hear. I did have an audio double back, so I muted the recording of me talking, and that fixed it.
Yeah, so the next thing we need to work on is being able to push sound to Discord for ambient noise.
Oh yeah.
'Cause pushing it through OBS to the stream is easy, but you guys can't hear it live, so it's kind of shit.
Correct. Yes. That's what caused all of my difficulty.
Yeah.
Is that that part?
Yeah, you wish it could be simple.
Yeah.
Alright, what's the bets? Rob forgot, or Rob has a
It's not time to start yet.
clutch last minute?
He's normally here like at 7.
29
or
and
something.
30 seconds. Yeah, he's online. You'll be right.
It's just always
Consistency is
interests
key.
me.
Well, I join meetings for work at basically the 00 mark on the second.
Yeah,
Correct.
but that's very different.
No, it's not.
Meetings for work, I don't want to be spending a second longer than I need to talking to people at work.
Amen.
That is a different problem. Correct.
Wait for it, the stealth entry.
Have you got the noise filter on that laptop? That's the only thing you could forget, I guess. No, what else?
Noise filter.
Oh no, that's right. No, the audio. In Discord, you know, the Discord noise filter.
I thought we
that on?
fixed that last time, didn't we?
No, just check. It's on.
Where the hell's that again? I've got it on standard,
Okay, cool.
because I think crisp was shit, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
because I had it on none before.
None's no good. None.
Yeah. So I've put it on standard now, so it should somewhat reduce things.
Yeah, no. It's all good. Okay. At Rob Light.
That from
No,
As
like,
a-
On the dot.
So he treats us like work.
no, I'd
Is it-
already had time to write late to you, so that makes it late.
And he's thinking exactly the same thing we were just saying, which is I
and
don't want to speak to any of these fuckers for a second longer than I need to.
And Nos is fucking there, like message. He got 2 messages at 7:30 saying, "Nice,
Yeah, you guys timed that well.
coordinated."
Alrighty, guys.
Cool.
Shall we jump into it?
Yeah, fuck, just like that. No
Yeah.
foreplay.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
go.
everything with a run up. Alrighty, session 5. Now, Abby was not able to be with us last time, but she was here in spirit, vaping away. Rusty also was not able to, but he was keeping himself constructive the entire time. As you guys know, Gregors is going to be sitting out probably for the rest of this campaign, but we'll see. Unless his work changes.
Girlfriend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, we won't speak to him again for years now. That's what happened last time. He's sitting here watching this live stream, seething the entire time.
Gregor, you smell terrible, and I hate you.
Also that. But in the absence of the human players, the characters still managed to get a lot done last session. So, water has been routed
Alright.
to Abby's Chuckle Hut. The water treatment plant has been secured and repaired up to a working standard. You all met a new friend, an NCR soldier from another outfit that had been presumed missing months ago, has been in captivity with raiders up until you rescued him. You then, after awaiting NCR reinforcements to the water treatment plant, you made your way home to Abby's Chuckle Hut, and you respectfully returned the body of Sir Dan Cadillac home, I think upside down inside a phone box. Rotclaw did toy with the idea of removing his head, which
I tried, and I should have done it beforehand.
it's
That's the ultimate honor, returning someone to your gore bag. Is the TARDIS your gore bag?
I feel like it's going to become that eventually. He's gradually collecting parts. We're doing well. So a couple of things to cover off that I did cover last time, but just for Abby as well. So the rally maneuver has been added. So if you have absolutely nothing that you can do on a turn, you can rally the rest of the group. That will usually take the form of basically cheering on your friends or communicating something to them. So it can be done at a distance as a charisma speech roll with a difficulty of 0 to generate action points for the rest of the group.
We used that a few times. It's good.
Yep. You can also use the help action at a distance if you can justify how. So a good example was in session 3, Abby calling out the fact that Sir Dan was down. She had spotted him and directing the others to him. So I will allow help rolls even if you're not physically in proximity of the other person. A change that I have made in the last fortnight to your character sheets is primary and secondary weapons are now not locked by type. So you can have 2 of whatever weapons you want equipped at any given time. So that will help you with whatever build you want to support at any given point. So, as an example, Rockclaw, you can have a heavy machine gun and a missile launcher equipped at the same time, if you so chose.
Give me the fat boy.
Mhm. The other thing for Abby specifically, thrown weapons now have ammunition, so they can be carried in the ammunition container as well. So you can more easily track how many you have on you. But moving on from there, we will start the session at a lower point. The funeral for Sir Dan Cadillac has just begun. Now, Colonel Olson did ask if everybody wanted to attend said funeral. And he was just about to start his speech. So once everybody's gathered together, you're around the side of the main warehouse building where Sir Dan is about to be buried. And he says, "We gather together to mourn the loss of a good citizen today. Sir Dan Cadillac of the family Cadillac is laid to rest after valiantly giving his life for this settlement." And gesturing to all of you, mainly the group of settlers that were with him when he died, does anyone have anything that they would like to say? Abby?
Yes. He was a great addition to my group and worked hard and made sure that we were all healed. And he'll be sorely missed, and cheers.
Thank you for that, Abby. Rotclaw, did you have anything that you would like to say?
Yeah. I'll come back and see you soon. Rest in peace, bitch.
And
So moving.
a few of the soldiers nod at that. Marvin, I know you haven't been with us for long. Was there anything that you wanted to bring to the table?
Well, I never met the man, but he had a hell of a name. And I'll light a cigarette and walk away.
Rusty's standing off at the back a little ways, and he just nods and puts his hand up and to a smooth skin. Now, Hal 9001, if you could please run the eulogy subroutine for the group, please.
Command accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, assembled varmints and distinguished piles of raider debris, we are gathered here today thanks to the impeccable targeting senses of yours truly, Hal 9001, to pay our respects to the one, the only, Sir Dan Cadillac. A human so daring, even his shadow couldn't keep up with his escapades. Sir Dan left us in the most Dan-like fashion imaginable, defending the old water treatment plant from the no-good rattlesnake gang. He stood his ground, bullets flying, jokes slinging, and hips suggestively thrusting towards the danger. Alas, he was waiting for his team to save him, waiting and waiting, until waiting turned into eternity. But let us not gearbox over sadness. Sir Dan wouldn't have wanted that. Sir Dan was a man who rode through the wasteland like he owned it, probably because he thought he did. He had more love for adventure than a ghoul has for radiation, and his approach to combat was much like his approach to romance: quick, exciting, and often concluded with a cheeky wink. Sir Dan was not just our cowboy, he was the Casanova of the wasteland, always leaving the ladies wanting more. More ammo, usually, because Dan was notorious for using up all the bullets. But let's not forget how Sir Dan could make even the starkest nuclear fallout feel like a sunny day on the beach. His humour, much like the radiation, was absolutely penetrating, often leaving us in stitches or in need of them. And while his tactical approach might have been shoot first and forget the questions, his heart was as big as the hole he's left behind. As we commit his steel-toed boots to the ground, let us not forget the man who could shoot a bottle cap off your head and charm your pants off, all at the same time, literally. Sir Dan Cadillac, may your spirit ride free in the great saloon in the sky, and may your tales of bravery and flirtation echo through the ages, like the subtle hum of a well-oiled robotic arm. Goodbye, Sir Dan, and may your soul find as much peace as your passing has given peace of mind to the local raider population, whose hands I've had the pleasure of collecting. Rest assured, your final stand was not in vain, for it brought us together today, closer than you were to your ammunition stash during your last stand.
Very moving. Thank you. Thank you, Hal. And
Command completed. As the tape deck backs up.
the rewinding, grinding noise. So, as a couple of the soldiers begin to lower the pine box into the ground, Captain Lewis begins to recite a poem. Here lies a man of sun and sand. His days in the saddle are done. He stood for what he felt was right, under stars or midday sun. Gently he spoke to other folks, a quiet man but true. Lies refused to cross his lips when the simple truth would do. The sod he loved, his blanket now, beneath the open skies. His friends stand by with hats in hands to bid him fond goodbyes. And as he finishes, 3 soldiers standing near the grave present arms, fire to finish the ceremony. And the 2 that had lowered him into the ground begin to shovel dirt over the casket. As the crowd begins to disperse and go back to their normal duties around the settlement, Heidi approaches you, Abby. And she's got tears in her eyes. She got to know Sir Dan on the way traveling north in the trucks. And she holds out a necklace, which is a a basic, it's just a cord with Sir Dan's signet ring hanging from it. And she just says it's Sir Dan's signet ring that he wore. I thought you or one of your group should have it. Maybe you could deliver it back to his brother when you return to California.
A single tear drips down Abby's face. No one thought she could actually have any emotions other than when she wants her vape and she doesn't have it. Abby says, of course. I will keep this close to my heart and will try and find his brother.
Thank you. And Abby, you can add an accessory, which is Dan's signet necklace. Unless you would prefer one of the others to carry it.
I need to figure out how to add it.
So it's an accessory. So up the top. So that allows you, once per combat, you can negate incoming damage from an attack.
Where the hell was that during that
Yeah.
fight?
I know, clearly that didn't work for him. I'd say it's
Helpful.
cursed or broken.
So Dan Cadillac has been buried. Did anybody have anything else that they wanted to say on this day?
I was considering burying a lit grenade with him.
I just mark this
What the?
location in my mind so I know where to come back to.
I mean, it's pretty.
Oh no.
It's pretty simple. It's a marked grave to the side of the warehouse. So
No, I know. But,
you'll walk past it every day.
I forget shit all the time, so I'm not that smart.
Also true.
But I want that head.
I will
I
keep
want
that in
that
mind for
head.
you.
I want that head.
So at this point, we now fast forward somewhat. So it has now been approximately 2 months have passed since the funeral of Sir Dan. The work that you've done on getting the water treatment plant working has made a very large change to the settlement. You've been able to start farming. The farmers that have returned from that area have agreed to work and continue on. They've registered as NCR citizens and have worked alongside you. So there is now a large plot that has been built on the eastern side. You can see one of the construction machines has been returned. That was instrumental in helping dig and churn the hardened soil and sand in this area.
Was it used to dig his grave as well?
That's all done by hand.
Oh.
So a little more difficult to see, but Sir Dan's grave
Yeah, on the left there.
is just here.
Right outside the door.
Oh, well, that's not the door. That's the opening in the wall that still hasn't been repaired.
Well, that's where we went inside.
A monument has been constructed in the middle of the cul-de-sac, the middle
Now
of
we're
the settlement. An honouring of the fallen. Now, you've all worked hard on helping Gavin, Heidi, and the others on completing construction of the defenses. So there is now a solid concrete wall running around the entire settlement.
Nice.
Allows you to defend this in a much easier way. Heidi was true to her word. She has constructed the signage for Abby's Chuckle Hut, so everybody knows exactly what it looks like. On the webcam, it looks atrocious, but I will post a good glamour photo of the group underneath the entrance
Okay, that'd be good.
that I took earlier.
Yeah, baby.
That's very cool.
Look how big your monument is, hey?
The monument to the fallen is something to behold. In the
It's
background,
only
yes.
right for dear old Dan Cadillac.
Now, during that 2 months period, you were working in the settlement. You were helping out with getting things done. During that time, you can choose 2 activities that you were performing in your off time. So let me just bring up a list for you.
Hang on, this is 2 months have passed.
This is 2 months have
Holy
passed.
shit.
Right. In that 2-month time period, have I had time to dig up the body at any point?
All right. So I'm assuming you're trying to be sneaky about this.
Oh, this is going to be very, very sneaky. It's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
When everyone's asleep.
Okay.
Just digging up the part because I know where the head went down. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
So
could be scavenging for nearby estates.
let's say, yeah. If you want to use your scavenging downtime on progressively making your way through, yeah, I'll allow that. What
I
I
need at least 1 night or 2 nights if possible.
I want to know how are we going to roll for this? I want to know how stealthy you are and whether you got seen or not.
Set it up as a specific night, so I think he has to talk through exactly what you're doing rather
So,
So-
I'm choosing a night where it's a new moon, so there's no light whatsoever.
No light whatsoever. Okay. Yep.
Yep. I'm waiting to the new moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be dressed all in black if possible.
Okay. Look, clothing is not exactly plentiful. So your normal scraps and leathers of raider armor that you've got would be fairly dark, so I would pay that.
Okay.
So
maybe Marvin could lend him his jacket.
I
I
don't think it's
could.
gonna. I don't know how much it's gonna cover. I'm assuming you're gonna have to leave your TARDIS at your tent.
Oh yeah.
While you're
TARDIS is
working on
coming
this.
with me for this.
So there is like, because you've gotten to the point where the walls are established, there is always a perimeter patrol of guards on the wall.
They're looking out though, aren't they?
They're generally going to be looking out. They would be patrolling backwards and forwards either on the east or west
All right. So
perimeter.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare for like 5-6 days before,
Mhm.
the night of when I'm going to that I keep turning up, like at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and I sit down and I just so they get used to that I'm coming to visit to pay my
Okay.
respect every single
Okay.
night.
Yep. So
And then
you're spending some time creating
Yeah.
that usual image. Okay.
Yep, yeah. And then each night I'm just like taking away a bit of soil and then putting back a bit of foliage over the top so it looks like, there's nothing there and
Mhm.
some what's called sticks and stuff. So that way, it looks like that there's no hole, but each night the hole's getting a bit deeper.
Mhm. Okay. So
How deep was he buried? Because
This
this is a
is-
handful a night currently.
I don't know.
I mean, it's typically you got to be 6 feet down, yeah. So
Normally.
yeah, so if we take a foot away on the height of the casket,
I'll roll a d6 for how deep the grave is.
look, let's say agility plus sneak. So this is how deftly you can do it. So your target number is going to be, what's that, 9?
Yep.
I am going to allow you to roll 3d6
Oh,
for this because you've talked out, okay, you're going to be specifically doing this at the new moon. You're making sure you're creating a cover. So I will give you an extra d20 for this.
Can I use a extra point?
You want to use an action point for an extra
Action
one?
point.
Yep. Okay.
that's fucking bullshit.
All right. So
So 4d6.
4d20s.
Oh, 4d20s. Okay,
Yep.
sorry.
Because otherwise you will guaranteed get under your
Yeah.
target number.
Rolling 3, 4, 17, 15. So 2 successes.
Okay. You slyly set yourself up, crying, putting on the whole part, as one of the guards is at the furthest point. The colonel, the major, the captain are all asleep, so they're not working in the warehouse at the time. Any other soldiers that are walking in and out of the warehouse are not going past his grave. So you successfully dig down far enough to get to the casket.
Mhm.
How
in a casket.
he's in a pine box.
Wow.
So, he's getting a traditional frontier burial.
Wouldn't they be getting eaten by vultures?
Potentially. So you have done that successfully without being seen, without being noticed whatsoever.
Yep.
You are in the darkest spot you can be, basically.
Is the hole big enough that I can fit in?
I would say you would be able to basically hang yourself. If you went forward like prone on your stomach, you would be able to reach down and reach the casket.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the hole and pull the branches and leaves over on top of me. So that
Mhm.
way no one can actually see me trying to get into the casket and,
Yep, give you a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you opening this?
Super mutant with his hands.
Because
let's
I'm
use
just thinking
let's
if you're
use-
ripping it
let's
open,
use
it's gonna be.
spear. Let's use the spear that I've got.
Mhm.
To lever action
Try to jimmy it. Yep.
and then try to break the wooden pieces. Just only need to move about 2 or 3.
Mhm.
Head width.
Yeah, head width enough for that.
Okay. So for that, if you can give me a strength plus, that's what's that going to be? Melee weapons roll. I will give you standard 2d20 for this.
Melee is 0. So that's 2d20.
So your target number's still 11 because you're ridiculous.
Yeah. 2 successes.
Two successes. You easily maneuver it. You know exactly the points to lever these boards apart and pop the nails at one end. So
Yep.
you can lift it up and you access a 2-month decomposed body of Sir Dan Cadillac. So what are you wanting to do at this point?
Pull his head off.
You
So
you're pulling it off? I just
Um,
realized Abby wasn't here last week when we discussed this. So Rotclaw has the idea that if we carry Sir Dan's head with the group, that he's still with us. He's a super mutant. He collects
He-
body parts.
I collect parts. It's okay. It's all good.
It
So
makes
2 of our members are collecting all the body parts.
just one at a time. Okay.
We'll have a Frankenstein
So-
in no time.
Okay, so you're just ripping his head. This is gonna be gruesome.
So I'm gonna use the spear
Oh god.
to try to help me like cut across, and then whatever's left, like the bone and stuff, I'll just try to snap.
Bit twisted
I
off,
wa-
eh?
This is
Well,
Yeah, twist it.
okay. So yep. All right. So if you can give me another strength plus unarmed for the final snap, I'll say that you can quietly use the spear to cut away
2
at him.
successes.
2 successes, easy. So you
You get-
deftly, cleanly snap the top of the spine,
Nice.
and you can pull the head out of the hole.
Yep.
I'm assuming you're going to spend your time filling this hole back in now and
Yeah.
trying to make it look as tidy as possible.
Yep. So I bought like a little bag with me, so I just put his head in the bag, and
Mhm.
and then I'm just filling it back in as I'm like crying and stuff like that to make up an appearance for the
So-
people.
So there is, to anybody watching, there is a super mutant half covered in bracken and foliage, bawling, laying over the grave of his dead friend,
Yes.
essentially. Okay.
Yes.
Hope no one falls in this hole because you've basically set up a trap currently.
Oh fuck.
Well, they will walk over his grave at least.
All right. Need to add the head of Sir Dan Cadillac as an item.
Yes, I'm gonna get rid of my mole rat head. I'm gonna chuck that out and put that. Well, actually, I'll put that in the TARDIS.
Mhm.
You can't
and then
just store everything in the tub.
The TARDIS has a lot of room. Okay.
Cool. I think
his whole
Gore-
body. Okay. Yeah, but we carry his
No.
whole body back in.
Go on, DM. Let him keep
Okay.
Gore in the
Okay.
TARDIS.
You can keep gore. I'm not allowing you to
Yeah.
use it for general storage. But
There's,
yes.
there's no mechanical advantage to that.
Yep.
The mole rat head, the feral ghoul neck, and Sir Dan Cadillac is all in the TARDIS.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay.
Put it in your notes. Hey, Glenn.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Put it in your notes. Say like, TARDIS has, and then put those
Yeah.
things there. That way
So
you've
if
got
you
it on your
scroll
screen.
down, you've got all the notes fields. You can write whatever you want. Associated gore.
Yeah.
All right. So that has spent one of your downtime
Sounds good.
activities.
Man, they should have spent both. There was a lot You had to do a lot of planning and shit.
That was only
for that.
six-
This
that was
is
6 days.
this
alright?
is
That was 6 days worth.
he's using an hour or so each night across a handful of days. I'm saying that's fine.
You're very generous.
So the focuses of your downtime, you can either do anything that is on screen. Now anything that permanently gives you something. So if you spend a good chunk of time helping out on the farm, you produce better produce, and you permanently gain 5 HP. You cannot do that for both of the downtime activities and give
I was
yourself
going to
10
ask,
HP.
so you can't double up?
You can double up on anything that is not a permanent change. So
No.
helping on the farm is a once-off. You can't do it again in the future. Helping with defense of the settlement is a once-off, but
Okay.
it's a permanent change to your character. Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Well, as a robot, I don't need to sleep, so I'll do the farming during the day and the defense at night.
Okay. All right. Let me just bring up the stat helper. Okay, so
Oh, you'll have to do this.
yeah, I'm doing it right now. So we are adding HP, an additional 5 HP.
I guess I'm back up to. Oh no, I'm a robot. I need to be prepared. Fuck.
Resistance. So physical resistance.
Actually, instead of the +5 HP, can I spend the time? Can I spend the time in the workshop being repaired to have my standard plating fitted?
I will allow that without spending your downtime on it. So
Okay.
I'm saying that at some point you have grabbed Rusty, Marvin, Gavin, Heidi, whoever's got a spare 5 minutes.
Someone competent, preferably, rather than someone from the group.
Wow.
Gavin and Heidi would be happy to weld that onto you. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
So you can now equip the standard plating.
Already done.
Okay, so you are going to spend some time on aiding with defense. Do you want the 5 HP?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want that? Cool. All right.
Thank
Does
you.
that reflect correctly on your sheet?
Everything worked perfectly.
Excellent. Okay, so that is Hal done. Who is next? So Rotclaw's already spent 1. What do you want to spend your other time on?
Yeah, let's do the 5 HP as well.
5 HP?
Always good to have more health.
It makes sense we'd all contribute to the farm because, like, we got defenses up. Now we need to get food cranking.
So
And we've obviously got water. So, water, food, and defense is a pretty good way of starting out investing in a new town, I would think.
I think that's good. Okay. So Marvin, what would you like to spend your time
With
on?
manufacturing, can I manufacture my own fusion cells?
Fusion cells, no.
All right.
Because
In that case-
they're a little bit more complicated than standard ammo.
Fair.
Yeah.
In that case, then yeah, I'm going to help out with the farming, and then at night I want to do some scavenging, potentially looking for a little extra buff out.
Okie dokie. So you're specifically targeting buff out? Okay.
Drugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
You could probably search more places quicker if you had one thing in mind.
I would say that's fair. You're very single-minded in what you're looking for. You're
Yeah.
moving on. All right. So in which case,
D6.
yeah, if you want to roll a d6, now normally I've got a scavenging table, but if you want to let me know your result.
Oh, 1.
1?
That's good.
Yep.
Remember, this is Fallout. Fallout 1 is good.
One
That's
is good.
true.
So I am
Lovely.
going to say in that time you managed to pick up 3 buff out
Nice.
Hell yeah.
and 1 psycho.
Oh, yeah, baby. Save that one for a special occasion.
All right. So Rotclaw has done HP. Marvin has done HP. All right. So during this downtime, everybody can restore their health to maximum. Hal, you've been repaired. Everybody can restore their luck back to full as well.
Oh,
Abby?
yeah, baby.
What would you like to spend your 2 downtime periods on?
I'm just going to find a nice quiet corner to reflect on my thoughts and vape away.
Sorry, we've got it on screen what the options are.
Oh.
Do you not have the stream up on your tablet as well? Okay.
No, it's on the tablet.
Go and have
on
a
the
read of
computer.
them, then let me know what you want to do. You can vape an awful lot while you're doing other jobs. That's fine.
I'll vape the whole time.
Now, during this time, while Abby's deciding on her downtime activities, we'll keep going. There has been multiple attacks on the settlement. Having resources and a large concentration of people does mean that raiders have already attempted to hit Particularly after the water treatment plant, they've managed to track you back here. And so there has been continued attacks. There has been some small skirmishes with small numbers of super mutants that wander through the area as well. And some packs of feral ghouls that do roam the area have been spotted and had to be held off at the entrance. Now, during that time, the soldiers on duty and anybody assisting with defense of the settlement have been able to loot some opportune bits and pieces. So, Abby, what I'll get you to do is roll 2d6 for me.
One and five.
Okay, 1 and 5. So, what was found was that Abby, you have received an upgrade, and Hal 9001, you have received an upgrade. Now, I will allow you to tailor this somewhat. Do you want to receive a throwing weapon or a melee weapon or something else?
I've already got a throwing knife and a tomahawk.
Mm-hmm.
Upgrades are good.
So, in which case, they did manage to loot 2 spears for you, which you can add to your inventory. Hal 9001, is there a particular type of weapon type that you would like to receive?
No. Frag grenades?
Mm-hmm. Looking out for explosives of some sort?
Yeah, basically grenades, Molotovs, powder charges, but basically any kind of explosives I would obviously want to add to my arsenal.
All right.
Need be.
So
Either that or if there was any robots that came by, a saw attachment for one of my hands would be nice too. Would make it easier to chop off the hands of others. So if because at the moment, I can spin my hand kind of like a food processor, but it's not the same. So if there's any chainsaw attachments that happened to be around, either a chainsaw or a robot with the chainsaw hand, that would be really nice in lieu of explosives. But that's just on the wish list.
All right, let me just roll on that, and we'll see what we get.
What does the oracle say?
All right, so you receive 1 frag grenade.
Okay.
And a ripper.
Oh yeah, baby. I don't know why I got that, but I'll take it.
So that is a handheld military chainsaw from...
Now, hang on. What kind of weapon is that? Is that unarmed or...
That is a melee weapon. So that is categorically what you've asked for. Now, what I would allow you to do is if you... I'm going to say Rusty's going to spend a prolonged period at the settlement. He's not going to be going out with you on missions as much anymore. If you want to leave that Ripper with Rusty, he can modify it into an unarmed weapon for you over a period of time. And you can collect that again at a later point. Otherwise, if you would like to use it as a melee weapon, you can take it now.
Yeah, it's just semantics with a robot, isn't it?
Well, you're either mounting it in place of one of your hands.
Well, that would be the intention, which I would think would make that unarmed.
Yeah, which would make it unarmed. That would take some time to modify. because you're
Okay,
not built
fair.
for that. If you want to use it as is, you would be carrying it and wielding it as a melee weapon.
I think it'd be good if you could add a standard Robco arm attachment to it.
Not a problem.
Okay, I'll make a note.
So you will come back at a later time, and Rusty will have that modified and be able to test with you. Now, Abby, have you taken a look at the list and decided what you want for your downtime activities?
Scavenging.
Just going to do it 2 sets of scavenging?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you can roll 2d6 ball. Now, are you looking for anything in particular? Or is it just general?
General.
General? Okay, what's
2
your...
and 1.
2 and 1, alright. So you find 2 bobby pins, which are used for lockpicking.
My inventory slots are full.
So you're going to have to get rid of something if your inventory's full, or ask someone else to carry them.
I've got a lockpick set, so it would maybe make sense to swing us the bobby pins.
Why do I have a submachine gun?
They used you as a repository for
We used
stuff.
everyone.
Maybe
Rusty
just press-
is carrying a shitload of stuff as well.
Maybe we just press pause for a moment to sort the inventory situation out.
Anything that anybody wants to take to and from?
Yeah, I want to dump this pipe
I've
pistol.
got 2 spots free if anyone needs to dump anything on my side.
I just want to chuck it on the ground.
So it's a case of things like weapons, ammo, explosives, anything that you would like to donate back to the arsenal of the settlement, you can.
Yeah, I definitely would have donated this pipe pistol.
Can you remind me what rot gut is?
That'll get you fucked up.
Oh,
It's
right, I'm keeping that. That's mine.
it's like really, really, really high grade grain alcohol. So like moonshine.
But it's radioactive, right?
Yes, it will give you radiation poisoning when you drink it. I would say that you've probably been drinking it for most of your life, and you're not directly affected by it.
Yeah, just while I'm out scavenging for more drugs, I'm sipping it.
just
I'll donate the pipe pistol to the arsenal. Done.
all right. Is there anything else that anybody wants to dump on the settlement?
Abby's got some pretty sick weapons, like an automatic combat rifle.
Yeah.
Surely someone in our group would want an auto combat rifle. Are we really
So
that sucky?
Rusty is your rifleman. So he was the one going after rifles of different sorts.
Yeah, well, I guess not. So I guess
so Dan was your pistol guy, and you know he's now beheaded. Thanks, Rocklaw.
Well, I mean, look, in the end, Rusty's not Rusty. Tex
And
is
no
the
one
leader.
knows that yet.
Tex is the leader, so maybe you just make a call. Oh, sorry, Abby is the leader. Just make a call on what we do with our excess weapons. Do we canonically give them to the settlement?
So keep in mind, I am recording what you do donate. That will increase the strength of things like defense of the settlement in future.
Because there's about 10 or 11 weapons there. 12 maybe. And armor. Same deal.
Okay, so my armor I've got on the moment is damaged radar PA.
Power armor. Yes.
Okay, so that's that.
That's your suit of.
So is that
gear.
better than the leather armor?
Yes.
Because I would think so. So can somebody else take the leather armor, please?
Or just donate it. Well, boss. Do you
I'll
want
take the level armor.
Okay.
So currently you've got Rusty, Marvin, and Abby can wear leather armor.
Yeah. Well, if you've grabbed that armor, then everyone has armor. So we could probably just ditch the rest with the the settlement.
Yep. So any other armor that you want to donate? Any other weapons? Anything else?
Anyone want a metal armor?
So metal
Welded
armor is an
metal armor?
upgrade from leather armor.
Well, that.
Well, I do melee, so I'll actually take the metal instead and hand back the leather.
Yep.
You're like just
Oh,
changing constantly in front of
We'll
us.
Yeah.
donate the leather, and I'll give you the metal.
People just keep walking past, going, "Yeah, what do I do with this? I'll take it. Mine." Don't know what it is, but it's free stuff.
Okay.
Someone else needs to take the submachine gun.
Yes, small guns. You've got basically Rusty. It's the only one who's gone for small guns.
Well, he's not playing anymore, so no one takes small. Basically, no one wants small guns.
So that would cover. I'm just looking at Abby's. So the 10mm submachine gun, the combat rifle auto, can go.
Yep. And you're hanging on to the combat knife and the spear.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get rid of the submachine and the rifle.
All right. Probably similar then for Rusty's, just to make it simple. There's a 44, a combat rifle, a light machine. The LMG, that's not something you want.
That's Rockclaw has
Oh,
an
you got a
upgraded
heavy.
one. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
he picked up the heavy off Taipan.
Yeah.
You guys
All
killed.
right. All right, DM. Then yeah, the .44 pistol, the combat rifle, LMG, and the 10mm all get donated. And
Okay.
I'll grab the ham radio so that we still have communication.
Okie dokie.
I'll move that over. Ham radio.
And you said the 44 pistol. Yep. Okay. Now, Rusty also had 20 feet of rope that he had collected as well. And he was carrying one of the group's... Oh, sorry, the group's last signal flare.
Oh, I'll take that because I don't trust HAL 9000 with it.
He inadvertently sparked it in the perfect place at the perfect time, according to his lies.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
I'll take the rope.
I was gonna say Rusty can keep the rope in his solitude just in case.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right. He can keep his. Well, he's also got raider armor there.
Yep, suit of raider armor. Which is, like, just... It's ramshackle bits and pieces, so it's nothing fancy.
The raider armor then.
Yep. He can keep his overdue library book. That's fine. Rifle ammo and pistol ammo are basically only good for him.
Yep.
So he can keep that.
All right. Rusty's cleaned out.
So then the other thing was the climbing gear accessory that he's currently wearing. He would palm that off to one of you guys because he's not in a position to use it. So the way that I explained that is that it allows vertical movement up or down regardless of height, and it is instantaneous, so it does not count towards your movement. So if you were moving from here to the top of the roof, you would only be counting the horizontal component. The vertical would not cost you anything.
Is Marvin or Abby more of a sniper?
Abby's more of an in-your-face throwing a tomahawk at you.
I don't know, Marvin, but you've got a whistle. That's pretty exciting too.
That's true. I can blow all our cover all at once.
I'll take the whistle if you want.
Do not
Well, you know what? I
use-
want to see a robot use a whistle. So yeah.
Oh yeah, good point. He can't
Hang on.
blow.
No, the thing is, no, we've already established, unfortunately, that I have like a methane vent or something. I
Oh,
took
okay.
precedence
Oh
to
yeah.
Um, taking a look
Yep.
through, just let's just glance over everybody. So
got the whistle.
Marvin's all good. All right, Rockclaw, you do have a hunting rifle, which is another rifle. Are you donating that or keeping that?
Can I use it?
It's a small gun, so it's essentially a step under a sniper rifle.
Hmm. But if I've got heavy guns, shouldn't I be able to use small guns as well?
No,
No.
it doesn't work that way. Big guns are machine guns, mini guns, flamethrowers, missile launchers, fat mans.
Hmm.
Small guns are probably too small for your fingers to fit through the trigger.
I'm gonna keep it because I want to sell
Mhm.
it.
Okay, you've also got a combat rifle.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Same
sell
deal.
that too.
Now the spear that you're carrying,
I'm gonna give that to Abby.
yep, she can add that, so you'll have a third spear. Now, Abby, the difference there is that a spear is medium distance instead of close. So you can hit targets further away with them, whereas the tomahawk is a close range weapon. So whether you want to keep one as primary, one as secondary there.
Rockclaw.
Hmm.
Can you remove one of the references to TARDIS in that sentence because it's a grammatical nightmare?
Did I?
Just you don't. You said TARDIS has da 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 da
Oh,
in the TARDIS. I
TARDIS.
was like, oh no shit. Thank you.
All right. So okay, that's a lot tidier.
Cool.
Abby,
You gotta
you
delete
have
that spear. Rockclaw.
Abby, you have pistol ammo, rifle ammo, and heavy ammo currently in your ammo container on the left.
I have that shit too.
Can I have the heavy ammo?
Yep. So Rocklaw, you can have 10 units of heavy ammo.
Woohoo!
The pistol ammo and rifle ammo. Do you want to donate that?
Mm-hmm.
Just donate it.
Yep.
I'll sell mine.
It's basically baby ammo. That
They're getting
spear,
enough.
Rockclaw, that spear goes from your inventory too, man.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Abby, you can now put your spears into your ammo and your throwing knives into your ammo if you would like. Just to tidy up your main backpack as well. All right, is that all of the tidying up that you want to do?
Yeah, so back to the bobby pins, I guess.
Back to the bobby pins. Who wants to take the bobby pins?
I want them.
Yeah, I'll take them. I've got sneak and lockpick.
So do I.
Doesn't Abby have the highest sneak?
Two.
Abby's got
So I-
2.
Never mind.
Rockclaw's got 3. Hal's got 2.
Yeah, but I've got the lockpick set. Maybe I should give Rusty the lockpick set because that's -1 difficulty lockpick tests. So Rockclaw, add in a lockpick set. That makes more sense.
Yep.
Cool.
Alrighty.
And you got to add and how many bobby pins does Rockclaw add then?
2.
Do they get added into the inventory?
Yep. So they're just in your inventory.
Okay.
Now the lockpick set can break after a number of failures. Each time,
Fail.
I will roll to see whether the set has taken permanent damage. A bobby pin instantly breaks if you fail while using it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So is the mechanics there.
Could you maybe add a note to? Oh, I shall. That's all right. Stuff like that, I'll talk about afterwards.
Okay.
So okay, gun.
All right. So the main building of Abby's Chuckle Hut, the warehouse, has been partially restored on the inside. There are no further permanent buildings that have been set up yet because the focus has been the defenses. The soldiers have set up a temporary tent for themselves there. And each night you have been setting up your own private tents for yourselves. But you're not into permanent housing yet. There is a small bar area. You've been introduced to a gentleman by the name of Jasper. He currently serves drinks and cigarettes at essentially a picnic table out in the courtyard. During that time, you have consumed, because it's been 2 months, there has been times where you've been able to feed yourselves from the farms. Other times you've had to allocate the food to other nearby military units and settlements. So you have had to feed yourselves based on your own rations and water. So during that time, you will need to consume 22 rations and 25 water each.
Don't have
Each.
that many.
Jesus.
You may have to share this around to balance yourselves.
Need to rations.
None of us have
25
that much.
water.
Well, I've got 6 rations.
Shouldn't we be getting food from the farming that we're doing? Rations from the food?
So your farms have been able to provide some nights, but this is 60 days later. About 2/3 of that time you've been able to feed yourselves. The other third, the food that you're producing has gone to units nearby. Because you're on the frontier, you're not just solely working for yourselves. And you have had to dip into your own supplies to stay fed.
I literally have 0 food and water.
You have 19 rations and 25 water. It's at the top of your
Where?
inventory.
Oh.
All right, so between you, so what's that going to be? That's going to be 88 rations and 100 water is required.
Hal has satisfied himself.
Mhm.
That was fine.
Now, are you offering anything to anyone else?
I was just waiting to see how it played out. Maybe they started eating each other. All right. I'll start. I'll start with my good buddy Marvin.
Yeah.
There's no saving you, Marvin. Who's next? Rockclaw.
I need 2
2 what?
rations
Okay, you can
and
have
1 water.
Yeah, you can have both of those from me.
All right, so I'm now 0
Yeah.
on everything.
9 and 3. Okay, that's one person satiated. Do we let Rusty die?
So
Abby,
Rusty's a ghoul.
Yeah.
He can prolong himself without food or water. He doesn't like to.
Okay.
It's not comfortable, but he can if needed.
All right.
But Rusty
Abby.
will definitely help his best friend Marvin.
Abby, how many do you need? Do you need 3 rations and no water? All right, Abby, you can have 3 rations from my pot. So that puts you on 0-0 rations and water.
Okay.
Also, I think you can remove your head injury now.
So we're getting
I
to
think.
that.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
alright, that's fine.
we're moving through. This is
You said
So
we're
I'm
fully
still
healed.
radiated.
so you're going to have a visit to the doctor.
Cool.
He is going to clear your ongoing issues.
Alright.
And
Sorry,
so I steal all of Rusty's supplies so I can survive as well. Is that right?
Look, you can pilfer whatever you want, but when we get back and Rusty's all pissed off,
Dead.
Well, did we claim what was on Sir Dan Cadillac's body?
yep,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep,
that's
that's why I
where
had shitloads.
HAL 9000 had shitloads, yeah.
Alright, so at the moment, Marvin pooling mine. Marvin is 8 rations and 8 water short. It's an 8-8 rule.
And I'll borrow from Rusty, and that leaves him with enough to also get through.
Yep. So this is where during your downtime, doing things like stockpiling your own water or going out hunting
Yeah,
or foraging
well,
could be.
you've done this ass backwards, haven't you?
But now we know for the future.
Mm.
It's almost like a teaching lesson.
Okay.
All right. So we are now first week into August. Heidi has asked the lead settler to report to her at some point during the day, as they have now finalized the last touches on the defenses. They're happy with how that's built, and they want to move on to the next items. Otherwise, you can roam the settlement, speak to whomever you wish.
We're gonna need to go out tonight because we all got no food and water. We have to go and kill some locals or something.
I'm up for that.
Yeah. I'm good to do that.
So
Well,
it is.
I got a
It's
choice.
basically first thing in the morning.
Mm.
Now Heidi wants to see you. The Dr. Bourne does want to see all of you for a physical as well.
Well, not all of you. Everyone except me.
Look, except for HAL 9000, who just needs a quick touch up and some WD-40.
Well, I've already had it. I've had the
Yeah.
rub and tug, as you called it.
Alrighty. What would we like to do?
I will go and see the doctor.
So Dr. Bourne has set up shop in the half-collapsed tent. He is working on settlers and infantrymen that have been wounded and currently lying on stretchers on the ground. Seeing you, Abby, he says, "All right, just your last physical. You took a severe head injury. How is that feeling?"
Well, it's still there.
Look, we'll do some basic scans and we'll take a look. We'll get the auto doc working, and we'll take a look and see how you're going. And he sets you up in the auto doc. It performs scans on your head, and any skull fractures that you may have had have healed sufficiently. You can remove your head injury. At the same time, HAL 9001, when you had repairs to your plating,
Yeah, mate, I cashed
upgrades.
that check like an hour ago.
You can remove your hand injury. Dr. Bourne says, "Do send that Marvin, the new man. How's he doing? Send him my way as well."
You know, I'm a bit of a doctor myself, but you got any right away or anything else? Looking a little twitchy.
And he shakes his head and he says, "Have you been drinking water around here again? Not the filtered stuff. You know what we've told you, you grunts about this."
Look, sometimes it just needs that little bit of extra flavor, okay? It's a hard life out here. Why am I being judged? I'm just there. And I snatch the rat away. I walk out.
Already hooking it to your veins. And he just
Oh,
calls out
that's
and he's
good.
like, "And stay off the cams."
Get more cans. Got it.
So with that, you can clear your radiation sickness. Now, everybody was able to eat and drink during the entire time. It was only Rusty that really had a
Went
bad
hungry
time.
and
He
Poor
was
guy.
fine.
He's fine.
probably.
Look, he can still function. He's okay. So you've seen Dr. Bourne. He's recorded everything against your profiles. He's noting everything down for command to make sure that the settlers are kept in a healthy state. You did have Heidi still wanted to see you. And you've got the rest of command to speak to on the settlement. You have Jasper at the bar that you can visit.
Gonna go visit Jasper.
So
Want to see if I can buy some water and rations off him.
and he's Jasper's smiling as you're walking over, and he just nods and he goes the usual.
Yeah, I need some water and rations, Jasper. What do you got?
Water, that's a premium. You know that they're not allocating that to just anyone.
Yeah.
Go talk to the captain. See if you can get next month's allotment early.
Allotment. We fucking just sent a whole water treatment
So
plant
I
here.
just
Put a
yeah,
smash
exactly
fucking
right.
bar.
What the fuck?
And Jasper's just looking at you, just going, "It's not my problem, man." He goes, "You want cigarettes, you want booze, I've got that.
What rations have you got?
Rations, you can eat peanuts at the bar."
Oh, how many peanuts have you got?
Looks like a full jar there.
He's got this little ceramic bowl sitting on the table.
It's got ash from cigarettes in it. You can pick through the ash to eat your nuts.
How much for a bag of peanuts?
Bag of peanuts. Now you're asking. He goes, "I've got these things that I found down the road, 10 caps.
What are they?
Miscellaneous crunchy."
Miscellaneous nuts.
Crunchy.
Nuts in double quotes.
What's
I can't
ratio?
believe it's not nuts. Yeah.
What's the ratio for how many rations it'd be worth?
If you're eating nothing but peanuts for rations, that's gonna be an entire bag.
Hey, that's
for the day.
protein right there. What, one day?
That's trail
Fuck
mix.
off.
That'll get you one day's food, and you're gonna be salty as.
I just throw my head up, grab the peanuts that's on the bar, and walk out.
He goes, I got cigarettes, I got cigars, I got rot gut.
Nah, bugger off.
Ah. Well, it's nice seeing you again, Rotclaw.
Get some real goods.
Now, most water in the settlement is being routed to the farm. So there is limited amounts that you're getting as your allotment.
Fucking
Can we go
rice paddy.
steal it? Well, okay. If that's the case, how much were we allotted in that 2-month time period?
So you've got to think 60 days and you spent 25. So over half of that period you were allotted.
Was allotted. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I wonder if we can get at least a month's worth ahead of time, being that we got the fuck of water here. Jesus. Let's go see the big boy.
Alrighty. So Captain Lewis is standing, idolizing the monument to the fallen.
Lose the Jasper picture.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
No. Ow.
So the captain nods as you approach.
Yep. Captain, it's us. We brought the water to you. We need an advance on our water. We're gonna go do some work for you, so we need a little top up.
Has Colonel Olsen given you a task, or what is it? Are you going to be away from the settlement for a period, or?
Don't know yet. When
If
they're
you if you like, I'll come up because I'm pretty good at lying.
here.
No, bear with me here. No, this you'll thank me later for this. I'm metagaming
Okay.
a little bit, but yeah.
All right.
That's a little bit.
All right.
Yeah. So I float up because I was just
Hal
idling.
knows
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Well, he's heard the command word of task, and
Task provisioning required for group. Allotment 40 days. But understand humans can survive without water for 7 days. Defined parameters 7 units of water for group required. Please.
you want how much? 40 days worth?
No. 7
7?
humans have been analyzed, can survive on 1 ration for 7 days.
I can't just hand this out anywhere. Has Colonel Olsen given you a task for this
Correct.
week, or
Correct.
are you leaving the
Task.
settlement for a period? I haven't heard anything about it.
Correct. Survival required. Rations low. Rations clearly not fulfilling settlement requirements. Analysis of previous 60 days has determined that 50% shortfall exists.
Alrighty. Can you give me, and Rotclaw, I'm assuming you're helping in this conversation.
Yep.
Can you?
I don't want Rocklaw's help. I put my arm out to stop him even interacting.
So charisma and speech roll.
No problem.
And now, first off,
wouldn't
are
be
you
much
using
of a
any
help
action
anyway.
points? Which you consumed one earlier, so let me just remove that before I forget.
Yeah, I'll use 1 action point.
1 action point drops you down to 1.
Yep. No worries. Okay. Against charisma and speech. No problem.
Yep. How many successes?
I'm going to re-roll that one using scoundrel, which I can re-roll.
Because
here's a
you're
question.
lying?
Can you talk to me about scoundrel? Because there's a couple, because it's already a long story. So we'll just first use it. So it says re-roll all dice whenever you're lying. So
if
does
you
that mean-
have any that are not successes, you can re-roll. You can choose how many. Sorry,
Okay.
that is a bit
And
ambiguous how it's.
presumably that's once per something.
Once per conversation. So if you continue the conversation,
Yep.
and keep trying to push,
Yep.
then you can't keep
understood.
using it over and over.
Yeah, just to sort of make sure. 4 successes.
And he just shakes his head and he's just like, all right, I'll be talking to the colonel about this in a minute. He takes out his notepad, writes out a chit for you. And he says, all right, go in, see Heidi. She'll have your resources allocated to you. I'm giving you 7 days.
Excellent. 40 days worth.
No, it clearly says it on the chit here, 7 days.
Yes. 7 days rationed to 40.
I love your logic on that one. Seven times 7 is not 40.
It's close enough.
So Heidi's working inside the warehouse.
I handed the chit to
So you've
what do
gone
you call it,
inside?
Rocklaw.
To
Yep.
Rocklaw? Okay.
No, I'll hover at the monument.
Well, I've gone in to see Heidi to get all of our rations
Okie
and water.
You get rations and water from this.
Well, he said 7 days worth, so that's food and
I thought we
water.
were just, I thought we were just getting water.
The way that you phrased it, you were talking water and rations.
Oh, I wasn't. I was only talking about water.
Well,
That's the
he
way you
said
made it
earlier.
sound.
Might have been way fucking Rocklaw made it sound. I didn't ask for no rations. We're gonna have to eat some mole rats or something. I don't need to
Oh.
eat, so I don't care. I run off my fusion core.
That's fine.
Me even having to eat rations is garbage.
So as you enter, you hear the radio blasting. Gavin is up on the scaffolding, working on starting to repair the external walls of the warehouse. Rusty's been helping. Off to the side, you see Colonel Olson and Major Irving. They're around a table. They've got maps of the area, and they're talking backwards and forwards to each other quite quickly. But Heidi is just inside the front door taking a break.
Presumably standing at that table, they're wondering why that grave looks freshly dug.
The Major's looking out over it going, is that different to yesterday?
Each day, more and more leaf material from a base that has no leaves appearing on the top of the grave.
So Rocklaw Heidi nods at you as you come in, and you seen Abby?
He's around somewhere vaping, I think.
She just laughs. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, you send her my way, hey?
No problem. I just walk over towards Heidi.
That's who you were just talking to at the front door.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was the Colonel. Okay. And come to get some, and I just hand her over the
chit.
chits.
Yep. You guys leaving the settlement for a bit?
Yeah, apparently we're going for 40 days, but we only need 7 days worth of food and water.
Okay. That sounds 40 days. That's going to be 4. Okay. Let me just go get that for you. I'll rustle it together. Get your group to meet me here, and I'll have that ready in a few.
Okay. So I go try to find Abby to bring her back.
Given it is meant to be Abby that talks to the Colonel.
Correct.
I mean, that's up to you.
Well, it's pretty disrespectful if the troop leader isn't the one talking to the Colonel.
Alrighty. So what do you want to do?
Find Abby.
Rocklaw, you've found Abby. She's just finished up at the doctor's tent.
Abby, they need you over. See the Colonel. Find out what's going on, and I've organised some rations and water for us. Completely ignoring that Hal did it.
Why would
Good
you
work,
care?
soldier.
Yeah, I mean, why would you care if a
I'm
garbage
off.
can did something for you? I'm off. All right. Off where? This is my wondering.
Off to go talk to the dude you told me about.
Okay.
Colonel.
Alrighty. So, Rotclaw, you following?
Yeah, I'll just stroll behind.
Yep.
Just
Marvin?
walking a good meter or two behind.
Are you still injecting your rad away?
Yeah, I'm taking the rat away, but following behind as well, just eyeing
Same.
everything as I walk.
So, Marvin, we got some rations and some water. I know we ran out, so I will organise some for us.
Ah, cheers. I've been looking for a free meal.
You look like the kind of lad who would be. The fucking wheelie bag hanging off you as you're walking around.
Heidi stops you before you make it to the Colonel, and she's carrying all of the supplies for you, so you can all add 7
Did she get-
rations.
Did she get 40 days?
7
Okay.
rations and 7 water each.
Is that including
Oh.
Rusty?
Rusty is not part of your group currently, so he will not
Okay.
obtain any.
Now, is that also for the robot as well?
That is for the robot as well, yes. For all intents and purposes, rations for him are WD-40 and duct tape. Where it's like Bender, it's all booze.
Maybe you should change my rations thing to alcohol. Wrong universe.
That actually wouldn't be that hard. The Molotov cocktail icon is pretty much the same icon. Heidi then points to you, Abby, and says, "Okay, we need to get started on the next construction project. We've had groups bringing in bits and pieces of materials, and we can start ramping things up. We can start on 2 new projects." Let me just bring that one in. Because I'm assuming nobody's saved it, so that's fine.
Oh, it was over here.
Yes.
All right. To save everyone bringing it up, I can just speak it. So settlement construction list currently has housing. Well, improved defences, presuming that's resolved.
Has already been built. Yep.
So housing, which helps repair, or helps, I guess, enable repair.
You can train the repair
Up.
skill while building those.
Yeah, makes sense.
It also
So,
provides permanent housing for all of the settlers, including yourselves, so you don't have to sleep in your tents anymore.
housing for plus repair, barracks for plus combat, hospital for plus medicine, and the bar for plus speech and barter.
So you can choose 2 of these projects to start on. Abby does have the final say.
I say barracks and hospital.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thirded.
Abby, what would you like to do?
Nah, let's do that.
Barracks and the hospital? Good. Dr. Bourne will be happy. The soldiers will be happy. It does mean you guys will be sleeping in your tents for a little while longer, but
I'm
I
a
like
robot.
that.
Why would I care? I just hover.
Fine with me.
It's
Makes it
throw-
easy to take things.
I'm sleeping like a bird, where I'm getting like a little cloth thrown over me. Sleep.
alrighty. We'll get started on that now. As you've finished talking to Heidi, the colonel and the major usher you over to the table. Now, the Colonel has expressed that he does have a task for you. We need more of everything at this point. We need more building materials is going to be a big thing, but one extra to keep the entirety of our military force moving is we need fuel. So that's in the form of batteries, fusion cores, fusion cells, any kind of liquid fuel that you can get your hands on. We need bulk amounts of metal, processed metal, so corrugated sheeting, plating, whatever we can make buildings out of, and a way to process wood for the majority of the settlement frontier buildings and fortifications that we're building. We do need a way of processing that. Now, there is an industrial estate down Highway 205. It's about a day and a half south of Abby's Chuckle Hut. Now, what we found in that area when scouts have moved through is that there is a large Red Rocket gas station. We're hoping has sufficient amounts of fuel for what we need. There is metal scrap yards in that area as well. And there is a pre-war sawmill nearby. Now, what we need is we need you to go there, scope out what you can find to help continue building this settlement up. Once you've secured any of those items, we will begin sending trucks down to collect the materials. Once that is secured, if you can get the sawmill up and running, we can send trucks down to collect wood. We can collect any kind of scrap metal that would be in good condition. We have tankers that can collect fuel, if you have access to that. And then we need you to return. All up, it's going to take about a day and a half travel down and then back again. So in bad conditions, this might take you up to a week. Would you be interested in doing that for us?
And I over the back. Yeah, we need some rations and water.
And the Colonel says, go out and see Captain Lewis about that. He'll allocate whatever you need.
Fuck.
And he just confused scowls at you, and he turns back to his maps and what he's doing. The Major Irving turns to you, and he actually takes from the table. There's two large handheld radios. So they're a bit more compact than the ham radio setup. He says, look, the area that you're going to should be fairly low risk. However, our scouts went through once again a couple of months ago. The information that we have may not be correct. These handheld radios allow you to communicate back to base directly. And they also have the ability for you to set off an emergency ping, which means that if you set that off, nearby NCR units will attempt to come to your rescue as quickly as possible if needed.
As opposed to the open broadcast and signal flare.
Now, that's for emergency use only. Radio back to base, and we will communicate with the relevant units to get to you for collection. of everything.
Presumably, I can hand over the ham radio to him. Just swap it out.
I'm assuming Rusty will come and collect that from you at some point. He'd be tinkering with it the entire time.
Wasn't that ham radio stolen?
Flat out stolen from the warehouse. So that was something that was
know
going
what?
to be used.
You know what? I never took that from Rusty. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Now he says these units are important. Please don't lose them. We have a very finite supply. But if you could get onto that work as quickly as possible, we can speed up what we're doing here and try to get this settlement established as a crown jewel in the Portland wasteland.
All right, I've added handheld two-way radio. There was two of them, you said, right?
2 units, so 2 people can carry one of those each.
All right. Maybe Tex should have one. Abby should have one.
Abby, do you want a handheld radio?
Yeah.
Yep, let's add that to your inventory.
I can plug the other one into me and keep it charged.
We'll say that they've got microfusion cells in them. They'll keep working for ages until Marvin tries to smoke it.
Well, in that case, I'll plug it into me and charge me up from it.
You're powered by a fusion core, which is much, much, much more powerful.
I'm intending on lasting a while here. I don't. Every little bit helps.
Alrighty. With that, you have your orders. Is there anything else that you would like to do in the settlement?
Start a fight before we left.
Wouldn't surprise me in the least.
I'm just gonna
get out of here with a head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I just? Oh, that's true. What? Can I just run a quick scan for anyone doing anything perceived as evil? Because I run this regularly, right? So from an RP purpose, I'll just do a quick scan for anyone doing anything perceived as evil.
Your definition of evil is...
We are all good here.
No, it'll probably be fine. This is just a subroutine that triggers.
Okay.
You know, so it's on. It's just it's running in the main loop.
Are you in the warehouse or outside?
Outside. I'm going to do just around. I've got.
Okay, so within your range of view, you would be able to see Jasper, who is currently eating peanuts out of a bowl and flicking ashes as he goes. You've got Dr. Bourne, who is working on wounded people. So I would consider that quite noble.
Yeah, no. Well, what did the wounded people do to get wounded?
Look, one of them.
No one's leaving. So how did they start a fight with each other?
One of them is an NCR soldier that has been shot in a sortie, so he was doing good for the settlement.
Oh, they were in a sort. I thought you said no one had left the settlement. So there have been people.
Yeah, there was super mutants come
No,
by. There was feral ghouls.
True.
You've had attacks over 2 months. You've had literally hundreds of NCR personnel would have walked in and walked out of this place, getting resupplies and things like that.
Are all of those are those farmers being
Those farmers are the
supervised?
ones that you've already abused.
Yeah, but are they being
don't come near you?
But do they work unsupervised, or are
They are
slaves, or are they workers?
They are NCR citizens that are working
Okay.
12-hour shifts the same as you.
Yeah, but are they all working right now?
Okay, so there are six of them currently in there. Let me just roll a couple of things here. So,
I'm just checking. Everything's above board. I give a friendly robotic wave to the one that's already missing a hand.
she immediately turns away from you.
And
continues hoeing feverishly to make sure she's perceived as working.
Are you waving with her hand at her?
No, because that would be evil, and I'm not looking to be evil. This is an evil.
Take your own hand off then.
Oh god. You've noticed that since she does have a prosthetic that she has added, it's not a good one. It's
Says
it's
I hate robots.
it's very static. And every interaction that you've had with her has been extremely quick, and she moves on with her eyes down.
Okay, no, that's all right. No,
Oh.
I think the command executes successfully, not triggering any you know, other subroutines.
Yep. All the soldiers are working and
Yeah.
patrolling and doing what they should be doing.
Yeah, unsurprisingly.
All right. So, are you happy to get on your way?
Yeah.
All right. We will take a quick 10-minute break, and I will set up the next scene.
Go.
Okay.
We're walking down the road. I'm like, Carl, seriously, you got to stop going for people's hands.
No, but see, you don't know because that was just an internal routine that runs. It actually runs like every 30 seconds. That scan.
Yeah, but I saw you waving at the woman.
I was thirsty for more.
Your hand obsession is scary.
Yeah, we need to see someone about that.
I'm pretty sure you guys were going to work on trying to identify that. I think that was Sir Dan and Rusty were going to work on that when you returned to the
Yeah.
settlement.
And look how that worked out for Sir Dan.
Oh, fuck. That sounded like a vague threat there.
There was just like a really masochistically pleased thing where I had a busted hand for most of this campaign that's been healed up. What do they call that? The like where they had the spiked belt that they wear and the crown of thorns and stuff. The
Flagellants.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with flatulence.
Correct. They are two very different things.
Eight achievements to go.
8 achievements.
In Planetcraft, I was just clicking on Steam.
Oh god.
As busy work. Glenn hasn't jumped in lava yet. Lame.
He didn't figure out whether the fire burned yet.
Oh, I swear I told.
I did.
Nah, man, I'm looking at your Steam achievement. The thing is, you had to have done it since they turned on the achievements the other day.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I gotta make a cookie for that one.
What are you having? Apologise to Phoebe. Might need to go outside.
Just realised I set up the new scene and then left all of your player characters in the settlement.
Yeah, I do that. Glenn, 25% of players, which is pretty high, because that's like more people that have made drones, have found something called the Ancient Paradise, and yet both of us have not.
Ancient Paradise.
Just sounds like
Oh.
you're not
Yep.
trying hard enough.
The icon actually looks like that map icon that I said had disappeared from my map.
Oh, the ship.
I don't
Must
know.
must be underground. Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, it must be, but like, could I've been to a few of the places? How have none of them been this Ancient Paradise? Fuck.
Have to have a look.
Yeah.
That's going to be a YouTube job.
I have not cheated once yet, Nos. I know it's hard to believe. I was so tempted the other night because I was raging, and I did not. I have resisted.
I would have
'Cause I
cheated
know-
the shit on a game like that.
It doesn't need to, because everything ends up just happening intuitively.
Okay.
Or you get lost in a ship for 2 hours.
That was so funny. He was raging out to shit last night.
I died and spawned back at the base and then quit.
Can you believe he's actually being diligent and marking his path with flares and different
Yeah,
colors?
yeah, he was telling me about the flares, yeah. And I mentioned our method in Minecraft of marking with torches when we're exploring nether fortresses.
Yeah.
Taking like a whole inventory of flares now. Oh,
Alright, I know it's early, but I'm ready. If everybody's here, if we want to go. Otherwise, we can wait.
Okay.
Yeah, good to go.
We're good?
Yep, we're good.
Okie dokie. Alright. So, I actually got that pretty close this time. Cool. Starting to figure out how to frame it so that the HUD doesn't override everything.
Yep, you got it. That's exactly what I was going to suggest. What you just did. So good work.
Yep. Alrighty. So the group heads out south out of the industrial estate that you're in, onto Highway 205 again, and you're getting ready for a much longer trek. And within 15 minutes, the sky gets dark, and then the rain comes down, and it pours, and it gets heavier and heavier as you start to continue. Gets to the point where visibility is low, even though it's still the morning. You come upon section after section that is starting to pull water, starting to collect, with the dry ground not being able to drain it away as well as it should. It seems like this area doesn't get rain very often, but it is miserable.
We
Weird.
collect any of it?
Do you have any vessels to collect any of it?
No.
Be tainted anyway, wouldn't it?
It's going to be radioactive water. It's sucked up from the ocean nearby.
200 years, that wouldn't be radiated still.
What's your science like?
Says the guy with
Exactly.
poor intelligence.
I'm a
Well-
super
Well-
mutant. Radiation doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I was
Or
gonna
Also
say.
true. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
you just get a
drink it.
warm feeling from the radiation, but you still get that icy feeling. You're all used to basically the desert heat. So this rain is something you have not seen in months
I
and
feel like
months.
I'm in a spa.
You completely change colour as all the filth gets washed off you.
Turns out
Turns
you're
out
actually
you're
normal.
green. or you're yellow, not green or whatever. It's a completely different colour.
So as it moves into the afternoon, it's around about 1400 hours. Now, one question, Abby, are you wearing your power armor on the way down here? Or are you sticking to standard armor? Because it's like a vehicle, you've got to pilot it. You can't sleep in it, so you have to take it off when you sleep.
I think I'd rather be in it.
For sure. I'd rather travel with someone in power armor versus what? What's the alternative? Leave it at home?
So repeating what I just said while muted.
Mm.
Said you could have left it at home for Gavin and Heidi and Rusty to use for construction purposes. Marvin could pilot it instead. Either or.
Marvin.
You know, the new sketchy guy that keeps scratching his arms. That guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally trust you, Eddie, with the power up.
Just tweak out and sleep in it.
He's probably the only person who would be able to, I think. Just completely drug fucked and you pass out somewhere and it keeps you standing up. So the rain comes down harder as you're heading down one section of a service road, having to move off the main highway as parts of it start to go underwater. You come upon, up ahead is a police checkpoint. You can see in the distance two police Protectron units.
Oh, they're really loyal, like the dog in that Futurama episode.
Oh no.
So they are just patrolling backwards and forwards, waiting for vehicles to approach or citizens. So you have come in the bottom left, just here. Let's move you up a bit into frame.
I nudge Marvin and go, there's some good looking cop cars over there. They made them well back in the day.
Yeah, but it looks like there's a couple guards out there, and well, I mean, based on their programming, they might not like what I have. Slightly just clawing at my face a bit. How? Why don't you go talk to our friends and just see if they're cool?
Just be cool, man. Be cool.
Command accepted.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Hal, are you approaching by yourself?
Oh, I'm floating up, yeah. Presumably the others would cower like massive puss-pusses.
Okay.
I'm hanging well back, so I'm not so they don't detect anything on me.
Okay, so do you want to duck into the alleyway here and maybe?
No, I'm just floating up to the two Protectrons.
Hey, no, I'm asking Marvin.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll be
You're out
looking
in the
around the
middle.
corner,
Yep.
just watching.
Yep. Abby and Rocklaw, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just slowly walk over to the right, and then go up and just crouch down behind the first police car.
Okay. So at the point that they interact, you'll make it about halfway to there. Abby, what are you doing?
They'll slowly walk up behind, and the suit's going. As I walk up. Meanwhile, puffing away.
So you're hotboxing your power armor?
I'll flip the hood up.
Okay.
Just jamming the vape
I think someone had
straight
to
into
stick...
the intake port or something.
Well, no, someone like sticky taped it to your arm so that you could still use it.
It's a double intake.
All right. At
Okay.
this point, Hal, the two Protectrons detect you, turn.
And I commence my eulogized subroutine. Ladies and gentlemen, assembled varmints
And they're
and
talking
distinguished
over the
piles of
top of
rated
you.
debris, we are gathered here today
Halt,
thanks
citizen.
to the impeccable targeting
Please
sense
present
of your truly
citizen
HAL
movement documents.
9001 to pay. And I just try and float past them as I'm eulogizing.
You see, so you're just approaching,
Yeah,
not
I'm-
responding to what they've said at all.
Yeah, correct. I'm just floating past.
As you get to this point, they go, halt, cummy, spies, and both of them open fire.
So damn was a man who rode through the wasteland like he owned it, probably because he
And
thought
here
he
I
did.
thought I was the one gonna fuck it up.
So the first one hits you. You take 2 energy damage.
Okay, so that's 1.
Lucky you got the new armor.
Mm-hmm. That's a good test.
The second one hits, so moves up, approaches you, smacks you right in the movement inhibitor, and you are stunned for 1 turn.
Okay.
And now we are going to go into initiative. So, Abby,
Right in the
you're up
movement
first. Well, I can't say he kneecapped you, can I?
I don't have knees.
They just come up behind the car.
So
Towards it.
You can move that far. If you sprint, you can make it behind the car. That will be both your minor and major actions. Yep. Okay. Next up is Rocklaw. You were approaching the car as well?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, let's get up behind the car.
Yep, you can make it.
That my minor or
That's
both?
just on your minor, yep.
Okay. All right, and I will target the first one I can see.
Mm-hmm. The rain is coming down heavy.
Yep.
At this point, makes it your aim difficult.
That's fine. I will use. Oh, for what's it called? Rolled before he had 4 successes. Did he earn back any?
At that point, yes, I would have given 1 action point for 4 successes.
Okay, cool. So we'll have 2 available.
Sorry, no, that
alright.
was on a contested.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That was a
wasn't-
contested roll. No,
Oh, okay.
that wasn't a standard skill check.
All right, cool. Yep. So I will roll. So what is it? 2d20s.
2 d20s is standard. Yep.
Yep. And it's up against heavy machine guns. 2 successes.
2 successes, so that is a hit. roll damage for me.
Damage is 5d6.
Yep, she's a big boy.
66551.
All right,
Does
so
that mean you have to remove 6 bullets?
that is no.
Okay.
That is 5 damage, and you have triggered the burst effect. The other Protectron would be in range if you want to do
Yep.
that. However, HAL 9001 is also in range, so since you're not targeted shooting, you are holding the trigger down and spraying. You do have the chance of hitting him if you choose to
Can I-
trigger that.
Can
It's
I
fine.
just shoot
Go
the
for
same
it.
one again?
Sorry?
Can I just try to shoot the same one again?
No.
Okay. No, that's fine.
It's fine. Go for it.
So 2d20s again?
Sorry? No.
Shoot.
No, if
Oh, no.
so
Okay,
so
so
your
just
burst
damage.
your burst effect is instead of you tapping the trigger and letting out a few rounds, you're holding the trigger down and going full
Oh, okay.
auto. And sweeping it across. So if you want to do that, you have the chance of hitting Hal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So in which case, can you roll a d6 for me?
1d6.
Yep.
2.
2. Okay, so that is you expertly hold the trigger down, sweep it, and narrowly missing HAL 9000 as
I
you
imagine
fire.
you wouldn't care. It's like, what if a farmer accidentally shoots one of his garbage cans? I'm sure you would have the same kind of care in the world, you know?
All right. So up next is Marvin,
All right, I'm
cowering in
gonna
an
move.
alleyway.
How much ammo do
So
I
what
need
is-
to remove for that?
So you need to remove 2 units of ammo for that.
2.
I'm gonna move forward as much as I can.
Mhm.
And am I gonna be able to hit anything with my laser machine gun?
That's close range.
So no.
So no. If you sprint, you will get into range for next round. So I'll say that you can get up behind one of these barriers or some such.
Yeah, I'll go up to behind the barrier, use a dash action.
Rally the
Cool.
troops.
Can't use my major.
Okay, HAL 9001, you are stunned. So it skips your turn. We are back onto the Protectrons. Now they both back away. So and this one will not make it as far,
That one just backed into a pole.
basically.
Mhm.
You hear the dong sound. All right, and they continue focusing on you, Hal, as you're the one who has upset them.
Oh.
And first one fires and does 1 damage with piercing, 1 energy damage.
Mhm.
So that negates 1 level of energy resistance. The second one fires wide due to the rain and misses. All right, and up next is Abby.
All right, and get a bit closer.
So just your minor for movement.
That gets me close enough to hit one.
Depending on what you're using, what weapon are you throwing?
Oh, that's right. I don't need to get close. I can throw shit.
So you've got either your throwing knives or tomahawks are close range, so you will just be in
am I
range
close
for
enough from behind the car?
What about spears?
No. No, you will not be close enough from behind the car.
Spears are long range, aren't they?
So spears are medium range. So you would be able to, I would say, get behind this little
You can hit from there.
If you throw a spear, yes.
I will throw a spear.
Okay. So if you want to roll for attack for me.
2 d20s.
Yep.
19 and 5.
Okay, and your target number is 12. So that is 2 successes. You managed to hit. Which one are you going for? A or B?
B.
Going for B. Alrighty, roll damage.
4, 3, and 5.
Okay, so that is 1 damage. And does that have piercing on it?
I don't know if a spear has piercing.
Okay, well you need it equipped.
That have an extra being that was thrown in a power armor.
So her strength and endurance are not increased currently. The power armor is damaged, so the additional servos are not assisting.
Who's piercing?
So it does have piercing, so you managed to do 1 damage to B.
Hey, look good job.
Up next is Rockclaw.
All right, let's move up, and we're going to use Hal, being he's still down, as cover.
So you're going to get tucked in behind him, yep.
Yep, and then I will fire at B.
Firing at B, okay. Now B is sort of partially behind the police car. The rain is driving, so it will be a more difficult shot, whereas A is out in the open.
All right, let's fire at A then.
You are... Nah, so you're a bit further from A,
I can't reach A?
so can't quite reach it.
That's fine, I'll fire at B. 2
Fire at B.
successes.
2 successes, that is not a hit. So your shots go into the engine block of the car. You see one of the tires pop and the whole thing tilts down to its side.
Fire blows out.
Up next is Marvin.
Can I hop the barrier and head over to the black van in front of me?
Yep, are you using it as cover?
Yeah.
Yep. Do you want to be behind the bonnet for partial cover or full cover behind?
Let's go
van itself?
partial cover.
Partial cover?
Does
Yep.
that give me range to shoot at B?
It is close range, is that correct? For your submachine gun? Yeah, so that's going to be... Look, I'll allow it.
Cool. So 2d20.
But same deal, he is partially behind cover.
So I got to beat a 12, isn't it? 2 successes.
2 successes, and same thing. Your shots go a bit wide with the rain driving into your eyes. It's hard to make out your target.
I'm thinking, team, that you're probably going to, if you're shooting something behind half cover, you're going to need 4 successes. -1 for the rain, -1 for the cover. So next term I'll trigger my
So
action points. We need to start generating some action points here, eh?
HAL 9001,
I'm up.
you're up. Your stun has worn off, so...
So action boy triggers, so it's 2 free action points.
2 action points. Excellent.
Could you show me what medium... can you show me the blast radius of a frag grenade?
Okay, so frag grenade, you will be able to target anywhere in that kind of area. So basically in that arc between A to B. Blast radius.
Blast radius.
Blast radius. Look, I'll say that's overlapping both of them. If you're aiming for about the bonnet of that car, that'll hit
I'm
both
assuming
of them.
is Molotov the same?
Molotov cocktail is the same size. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Molotovs may be somewhat less effective in the raid.
That makes sense. All right, I'll continue to. So the action I want to take
Mhm.
is I'm going to, if possible, so maybe it's a rule here, but
Tell me what you
I
want
would
to do.
like to move wherever the super mutant pushes me.
Okay, so you're holding your movement.
I'm allowing him to use me as a shield.
Okay. Yep, so you're going to move up with him.
Yeah, basically, I want.
And protecting him.
I'll put in control input proportional to like wherever he pushes me. So, and I'm happy to use any and all of my actions to be used as a moving block.
Yep. Okay. I will certainly allow that. That sounds good. Up next is the Protectrons take their next turn. Now, A moves out. Fires at now the closest target is Abby. And does 4 energy damage.
So 1. No, it's only 1 damage because you've got 3 energy resist.
There we go. And B, now concerned at so many communists coming up quickly, it moves up to the other end of the car.
Puts the sirens on, come on.
The sirens on the Protectrons themselves are already lit. So the tops of their heads are
So that would
police
make
lights.
them easier. That'd make them easier to see because they've got flashing
I
lights.
will say yes, that he has activated that. Yep. So up next is Abby.
What is he doing? If I come around this way,
Mhm.
I could throw that way.
Absolutely. So it's going to take you a dash to be able to get around there. If you did something like took jet, that would give you an extra major action. If you spend 2 action points, that would give you an extra major action. 1 action point will give you an extra minor, so you could move twice and then use your major for the attack. So you got options. So you've also still got one of your spears sticking out of the joint on A.
I fired a B.
Was it B? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
So I will mark that. That is your spear is currently lodged in him, bringing down earthquakes and just destroying half the place. What would you like to do?
Okay. Get me around there. And then so I can throw.
Okay, so are you spending an action point? Are you taking jet? Are you... What are you wanting to do?
Action point.
Spend an action point? Okay. So that'll give you an extra minor action. So that would allow you to dash. You would pop out just here. You hear the clanking and then roll for attack.
Eight and 19.
Okay, what's your target number?
12.
12? Okay. So that is 1 success. What are you throwing there?
and 3.
So what are you throwing? Is it your tomahawk? Is it your spear?
Spear.
Spear? Okay. So 1 success is not enough in the rain. It is harder to hit this guy. And he is still partially behind the police car from you there.
No, that's a direct line of sight.
Direct line of sight? Okay, you still only got 1 success.
What if I threw the tomahawk?
Okay, they're both the same target number. You got... Okay, so he now has a spear and a tomahawk lying at his feet. All right, up next is Rocklaw.
I'm going to push Hal towards A.
Towards A. Okay.
Yep.
Now, are
So
you
we've-
just
so-
spending your minor on this?
Yeah.
Mhm,
That's
okay.
enough. That's enough to get it within range, isn't it?
Well and truly, yeah.
Yep. All right, then I'm going to just kneel down
Mm-hmm.
and
Under my legs. I mean, around the side works too, but yeah, brace yourself. That's fine.
yeah,
Yep.
going to brace myself and I'm going to fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use a 1 action point,
Use 1 action, sure.
and that is 2 successes.
2 successes is just a hit.
Yep.
Roll damage for me.
1, 2, 2, 6, and 3.
Okay, so that is 6 damage. The Protectron, riddled with bullets, staggers for a second, sparks flying out of it. It then drops down forwards and explodes.
Nice.
And that means Hal, you will take 2 energy damage with piercing.
Is there an and after that, or is that it? Because it
That's all.
sounded
And
like
you're
there
on
was an
fire.
So that is just him overloading, essentially. It's not a concentrated blast. This is just a
Yes.
robot exploding.
No, it's only because you phrased it like there was something else really bad coming.
Sorry.
That's fine.
All right. Marvin, you're up.
Gonna take another shot at Protectron with the
You will
laser submachine gun.
You will have to move to get either within range or line of sight of him, because you've got the...
Maybe move around to his car.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to his car and sort of.
Yep.
Yeah,
Get yourself...
just where I can see it. Maybe on the other side of the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Opposite
Mm.
side.
There we
Going in there. Yep.
Pop out and shoot it, and I'm gonna burn an action point while I shoot him. So rolling 3 die.
Last action point. Yep.
3d20. Let's go. Success. 12. 2 successes.
2 successes. Yep.
Yep.
I will say, because you are flush up against his cover.
Yeah, he
that-
doesn't have cover from that.
Yeah.
No way.
Yep, that's
Go.
that's fine. You want to roll damage for me?
And then 3d6. So 5, 6, 6.
5, 6, 6.
Pretty
Okay,
good.
so that is 3. That's energy damage. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
3 energy damage.
Mm-hmm.
Does that trigger my burst, or does that only work on other if I have other
So
people around?
the way that burst works is if there is another enemy within
Gotcha.
range, you can hold the trigger down, spend another ammo, and cut damage across a second target.
All right, that's me done.
Okie Alrighty. Up next is HAL 9001, which has just shaken off a small explosion from a Protectron.
I think given we're already moving, I I guess DM, can I do the same thing again as last turn, but that only cost a minor action, the movement action?
Just the movement? Sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I've already sacrificed like a full action. I probably should have negotiated harder last time, I reckon. But
It's up to you.
So I'd like to continue to try and rally the group by repeating my eulogy, but just the paragraph about how great Dan was,
Trying to.
he could. Sir Dan could make even the starkest nuclear fallout feel like a sunny day at the beach, and I sort of put up my claws, like in the Shawshank Redemption when they're in the rain.
That specific scene. Okay, yeah. So in which case, yeah, give me a charisma and speech roll.
Yeah, hopefully, if I've got a projector, I can even show that scene in tape form.
You don't have a projector built in, but that's something you can look out for.
Okay, no worries. You said charisma and
Charisma and speech,
okay.
please.
Yeah, it's 2d6 for that, I guess.
So 2d20. Yep.
Yeah, just 2 successes.
2 successes. That's straight up 2 action points. And it's the holding, like flailing the limbs up as you do it that really crosses the line. And
I like waggle them like in Futurama with the ones where they can like do the really wavy arms, kind of like old Disney. Where they've got like 30 joints in them. Because obviously I've got control of all of my vertices,
Yep. Okay, and you're continuing to allow Rocklaw to guide your movement.
Yep. Yeah, presuming I'm going to get swung around here.
Okay. So the last Protectron, detecting the death of his comrade, then charges. What's that going to be? That is now. And immediately fires twice at point blank range at Rotclaw.
Oh. No. Wait a minute, I hate this guy. It's fine.
First one is a miss. The second one does 3 energy damage with piercing. So that ignores one of your energy armor.
Yep, so that's 2.
So you've got 1 energy resistance, so the piercing negates that energy resistance.
Ah, okay, yep, that's fine.
Yep. Alrighty, up next is Abby. The Protectron has fled the area where you were, with your tomahawk and spear still lodged in it, and has attacked the ones who have brought down the other Protectron.
So I'm going to come over here.
So we'll say, yeah, you can get anywhere in there. You would be within range for either weapon, though.
Alright, let's go with that other spear.
So roll to attack.
9 and 6.
What's your target number?
12.
12. So that's 2 successes with your tag skill in throwing. So that's one of them.
3. Yeah, it's 3 successes.
3 successes. So that generates you an action point. If you roll for damage for me.
5, 1, 4.
Okay, so that is going to be 2 physical damage.
Oh, I forgot about the tag school. Okay.
So that lodges another one of your spears into this Protectron. Up next is Rocklaw.
So, okay, going on that tag score. So I've got big guns and heavy machine gun tag, which is 15 and 5. Does that mean I'm doing a total of 20?
No, so it means that any roll that you do below your tag skill, so equal to or below your tag skill.
Yep.
So your big guns
5
is 5. So any roll that you do of 5 or less generates 2 successes, not 1.
Well, damn it. I had 4 successes 2 times ago. That's fine.
Right, gotta remember that myself.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Come on, team. Fuck me.
All right, so let's go. Let's do it. We
So,
are going 3 successes, 1 under.
okay, are you pushing Hal around first?
Oh, sorry. Yes. So I'm gonna pull Hal
Because
around.
you are
and
basically within melee range of this, which means you
Correct.
will
Now,
be
remembering
at
these things-
disadvantage trying to shoot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull Hal around
Hint,
and
hint, these
as
explode.
I'm walking back, go as
Yeah.
far back as I can to get out of range of the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Are you going back up onto the
right.
road or?
Straight back to where so if I turn Hal to face him,
Mm-hmm.
right back.
Straight back. Okay. So I'm going to say you can come back to about there. Now your machine gun is medium range, is that right?
I've got a heavy.
Yeah. Your heavy machine gun is the range on it is
medium.
medium. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so you will be right in the sweet spot there.
Yep.
So
Alright,
you
that's
had
shit.
3 successes, so that
3
generates
successes.
you an action point.
Yep.
Okay, roll damage for me.
So 5d6s. 1, 6, 3, 2, and 5.
Okay. So you pull the trigger. The Protectron, having just fired at you, you back away, you shoot. It takes all of those shots and then simply falls in slow motion backwards. The pouring rain filling up all of the holes that you've made in it. Nothing further happens.
Nice.
I run over to the robots and start.
Oh! Maybe need to be
I
a
want to
little
start
bit
trying to
quieter.
salvage any parts I can from these robots.
Immediately?
How?
Yep.
They're yours. Go for
Alrighty.
them.
So the first
Pushing
thing
Hal away.
So you're both running for these. Now, Abby, I'm assuming you're collecting your various lost weapons.
All my weapons, please.
All your weapons. So you are back up to 3 spears and 2 tomahawks.
I'm gonna go lean up against a police car.
All right. So, Hal, are you trying to race Marvin for parts off these things, or are you just happy watching him?
No, I'm not doing anything to these.
Yep.
I'm ready for the next command to come in.
Not a problem. All right. So, first thing, they are chock full of fusion cells. Let me just roll.
450.
You wish.
2,000.
All right, so you managed to collect a total of 16 fusion cells from these 2 units.
Nice.
The one that exploded, some of them are charred, but you reckon you can still get them working. Now, the one that blew up is not great, has no armor left. The other one, you managed to salvage most of the armor plating from it. You collect 1 police plating that could be bolted to HAL 9001, if you so chose. Now, if you can just roll a d20 for me as well.
29.
All right, so you managed to salvage 1 fusion core from one of them.
Wait.
The other one is too far gone.
In the interest of inventory minimalization, I can put that with the other fusion core I've got if you want, or we keep them split.
I'm gonna keep it to myself for the moment, so I'm gonna smoke my cigarette so I have room to stash it with my stuff.
In the
Holding the
driving
cigarette
range,
right next to the core.
sounds safe.
Hang on, you had 10 cigarettes. You better get puffing there, Smokey.
Oh, I did. Actually, Al, can you store this in your compartment? Handing you this cigarette's not what's usually for.
Trying to keep them dry from the rain.
Yeah, cigarette. Is there 10 or 9? Do you still smoke one?
9. I've still got one in my mouth.
Okay. Oh, cigarettes need a description too. God, this is gonna get out of hand. Okay.
I thought a cigarette was pretty self-explanatory, but I don't know. Death sticks. Do you want me to put that in? All right. So the Protectrons have been felled. You can all have 1 experience for blowing
Yeah.
the shit out of some poor Protectrons that have been working hard for the past 200 years, protecting this checkpoint from communists.
B.
Mm-hmm.
Can I walk over after they've scavenged it all?
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna grab the brain of the Protectron,
Protectrons don't have brains.
or the head part.
The head part.
Just the overall head.
It's essentially a circuit inside a bulletproof glass shell with some sensors. The head
Oh, I
doesn't
can't-
even
so-
contain much. It's more like a
But
big bulletproof glass bucket.
okay, so I can't take the head then.
I mean, you can, but it's not exactly gonna amount. It doesn't have much in the way of stuff.
The trophy.
It's a trophy. Okay. Protectron head. Yes. You're
Okay,
gonna
cool.
have.
I'll put that in. That's in the TARDIS.
That's in the TARDIS. Okay. Note
Yeah.
that down.
Do we see him do this?
I'm assuming you're going to be fairly brutal in how you're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, you absolutely see him doing this.
Yep. Great.
And as I put it in, I lift out Sir Cadillac's head first to put the thing underneath,
Did
and
you
then
take it out of the bag? Is it in
And
the
then-
bag or out of the
and then-
bag?
he's always on top, right? He's always on top of our successes.
Yeah, but is the head in the bag or out of the bag?
It's in
This
the
is
bag.
important.
It's in the
Ah,
bag.
well then it just looks like a bit of gore. So
Well,
that's
they don't know that, so it's fine.
yeah, so it's fine. So we can't see it so damn Cadillac.
No,
No,
no.
so it's
No,
No,
well,
you just got some extra meat in there.
Yeah, whatever. We're
Try
traveling-
aging it at the moment.
Yeah, but we're traveling with a super mutant. Of course, he's got his gore bag. That's that doesn't even trigger any suspicion subroutines.
That's like a cultural adornment.
In fact, it's a cultural appropriation if you don't respect his right to having a gore bag or gore pack. You know, gore enclosure.
All right, so at this scene you have police cars, what looks to be an old SWAT van, police van. You've got banked up cars, and a couple of buildings nearby.
Mm.
Can I search the SWAT van
Okay.
and
So
the police cars?
Surely they would have been ransacked. Well, I mean, maybe they haven't been ransacked by now because their protectrons are still there protecting the site. So,
we're still.
yeah.
So you go through the 2 police cars. There's not much going on in there. In the boot of one, you find 2 shotgun shells.
Yep.
The other one has nothing seemingly of value. When you go up to the back of the police van, the back doors are locked.
Okay.
On it.
Let's do a lockpick.
Okay, so if you can give me, and are you using a bobby pin or your lockpick set for this?
I'll use a lockpick set.
Lockpicks, okay. So if you can give me an agility and sneak lockpick roll for me.
Agility and okay, yep. So 1d20 or 2?
2d20s is standard.
D20.
And -1 difficulty with the lockpick.
Yep.
Correct.
So that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent.
No, it's not because it's not a tag skill, dude.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry,
I
what'd you
thought
roll?
I rolled a 3 and an 18.
3 and an 18. So yeah, it's
It's not a
only
tag,
it's
so
only
one
your
success.
tag skill. So your tags are you are an expert
box.
at this
Yeah.
thing. So
Yep.
that's where you get the bonuses from.
One
Only one.
success,
So
minus 1 difficulty.
1 success minus 1 difficulty. So that's going to be enough. It goes click and the door springs open. Inside is a full surveillance setup in the back of this van. It's actually quite kitted out. There is a skeleton that is slumped over this desk that's built into the side. Still headphones lying around the skull.
Yep. Can I take the head with the headphones on, please?
Absolutely, you can add that to your gore bag.
Yeah, so much gore in a skeleton.
It's just a skeleton skull with headphones. I mean, that's just, you get points for coolness there, right?
Oh, look, in fairness, it's a fledgling gore bag, so you take what you can get.
He's just starting out. He's by himself. I mean, he doesn't have any help
Um,
from any super mutant hounds.
Okay.
Hanging up, you do see a good array of police equipment here. So what you find is there's 2 police batons. So these are melee weapons, nightsticks, basically. 2 gas masks, which are accessories. There is a Geiger counter, which once again is an accessory.
Yep.
And there is a laser pistol hanging up, fully loaded, so it has 7 fusion cells in it.
I'm happy to carry the Geiger counter around.
So I throw the laser pistol at Marvin.
Sweet.
Throw the Geiger counter at Hal.
So Marvin, you can add 7 fusion cells as well,
7.
if you want to empty the...
Yep.
And I asked Abby, do you want these batons? Close range?
No, I don't do close range.
Okay. I'll leave the batons there. Well, is there anything else?
So that is everything that you find in there.
Okay, I'll take the police batons then.
Who grabbed the gas masks?
I got 1.
Well, one of you fleshies probably should grab the other gas mask.
Yeah,
eh?
Abby, take the gas mask.
She's full of... no, she's not full.
Doesn't my power armor protect me?
True.
It is mining power armor. It is 50% open. It does basics from particulate and that type of thing. It doesn't filter radiation and toxins like a gas mask does.
Yeah.
Mm.
Better grab it then.
I don't need it. I don't need it actually because I'm friggin' super mutant. So
true.
how about I give 1 to Abby and 1 to Marvin?
Yeah, it's right here.
I'll swap you the climbing gear.
All right, now how are you RP smoking both the cigars at the same time to clear your inventory? Oh, you're putting it in the... You're just going to put it straight on, are you?
Yeah, I'm popping it straight on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll swap you the climbing gear for it.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Right.
swap you the climbing gear for it. No problems, bro.
I just want to see climbing gear, like rock climbing rope, supporting a super mutant carrying a TARDIS full of gore. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a great mental image.
Yes. I'm sure we can get an AI to actually make it for us.
I'll look into it.
I feel like that'd be easy peasy. All right. Anything else that you want to do?
Is that a tank over there, or is there
Where are you looking? Sorry.
artillery to your left?
The vehicle inside the building that you would have just seen, that's a tow truck.
Oh, a tow truck. Okay.
Yep.
So it looked like artillery gun from here.
Appears to be a mechanic's workshop.
Right. All right.
Can
Let's
I-
go have a look over there. Eh?
Yeah, I'll go in and see if I can get the tow truck started.
Yep.
Good luck fuel being good after 200 years.
It depends if it
Yeah,
was
small steps.
Diesel
electric
might be right.
or
Well, true. It could have been those fusion fucking things.
yep.
Hmm.
They were becoming prominent when the war occurred. So as you enter inside this building, the roof is still mostly intact. It is partially covered. The front door is collapsed entirely. It's a large, very heavy metal door that's just fallen as one giant piece. Taking a look at the tow truck, are you wanting to hop inside, Marvin?
Yeah, I'll try helping inside first.
So the door's unlocked. You hop in. There are no keys in the ignition. This one is push start. You notice
Oh, one of them fancy ones.
one of them fancy ones. Do you want to hit the button?
I'll try hitting the button first.
All right. So you hit the button. She chugs for a moment and then conks out again.
Slamming the wheel every time. Hop out, go check the engine. What's going on?
So you flip the entire cab forward to get to the engine. Can you give me a perception plus repair roll?
Pass 10, 2d20. Wait, no, 10. 2 fails.
You're scratching your head
that?
looking at this, going, it's an engine, all right.
Yeah, it's got little bits. It's not quite a robot. It's Wish we had that ghoul around. He knew things.
All right. Anything else that anybody would like to do? Rockclaw, you looking around?
Yeah, I'll just have a look around in
Mm-hmm.
the workshop area and see what I can find.
Yep. So a couple of things that you notice. There is a couple of sets of shelves with containers at the back.
Go
Various
through each
bits
of the
of
containers.
equipment. Not really anything amazing. Miscellaneous tools that are rusted to hell. Bits and pieces. The back at the tow truck, you do notice that the main section hanging from the tow hook is something that you can separate. So you could take off the chains and have a functioning block and tackle to be able to hook things up and lift them if you wanted, or attach to a different vehicle if you would like.
Did I fit that in my TARDIS?
You can fit that in your inventory.
Alright, I'll drop my.
You can
I'll
sing
just
out
chuck.
to the others and see if anybody else wants to help you, like tear this apart and carry some stuff.
Yeah. Hal, get over here.
Running subroutine move.
So Hal, you
Hal, help us pull this apart.
So if you would like to add it, you can have 2 units of chain and a block and tackle.
Well, I'm gonna have to edit. Alright, why are we getting chain? Ugh.
So the other thing that you notice in the background is there is a workbench that does have a few bits and pieces you might be able to use to reload spent shells. So if you have any ammunition you would like to repack, I will allow you to spend time, and you can have a number of units of ammunition if you want to work at that.
Sure.
So first off, who would like to do that?
Well, the only person using ammunition is Rockclaw.
So at this one, you would have the bits and pieces needed to be able to repack a couple of fusion cells.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
why not grab all the parts required? What? Okay, well, here's a question. What are the bits that are making this up? Like, wouldn't you just grab, like, the box of fucking, like, micro fusion cells or whatever the bits are you're jamming
So
in?
all of this is bolted down to the
Yeah, but the parts
bench.
aren't.
The parts aren't, yeah. So you've got a fusion cell recharger there.
Is this something that, how do we, okay, long story short, how do we get the fusion cell recharger back to base?
I would allow you to spend time. You could attempt to disassemble it from the bench. Try
If
to
it's got
get
a
it whole.
recharger, does that mean there's a fusion core here somewhere?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
this is like the mystery of the wasteland. What's powering the wasteland in this scenario? That's a bit of a trope, so I don't think we'll get that one by. But
Well, I could definitely use taking this with us because fusion cells are pretty rare.
how big is the fusion cell charger?
We'll say that it's a desktop piece. It is small enough that you would be able to carry it on your person.
Could I use my multi-tool to take it off, like saving time?
Your multi-tool will, I believe, reduce the difficulty of you successfully taking it apart.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to try and take it with us using my multi-tool.
So, in which case, are you going to do any reloading here first?
Probably
Try to,
shouldn't.
yeah, reload first and then try to take it off.
Yeah, I'll do
before
some
you
reload
take this apart.
first then.
Oh, like in case you
Yeah.
break it, you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try and save some bullets first. What do I roll?
So first thing, you are going to spend about 2 hours here working on this if you're happy as a group to do that. Each of you can roll to repack some of your primary ammo.
Yep.
So what I will get you to do...
I just yell out, "Hey boss, we're just reloading here. Have a vape."
Don't worry about it.
I'll just stand out here and keep watch.
In the
Hey,
rain.
Hal, how about you go through all the cars, see if any of them work?
So, if you would like, Marvin, you can do the work of repacking everybody's to try to increase your chances. Can you give me an agility plus repair roll?
Plus repair, so 9.
Yep. And you do have your multi-tools, so that is reducing the difficulty.
Oh, 1 and a 4.
Whew, baby. Okay. So, I'm going to say you generate an extra action point. You max yourselves out. All right. So, in which case, I am going to get you to roll a d6. So, first off, what ammunition are we packing? So, we're doing fusion cells for Marvin.
And
Yep.
heavy
ammo for Rotclaw.
Yep.
Okay. So, can you roll me 2d6, 1 for each
2d6.
type? Yep.
Both 3s.
Both 3s. Easy. So you managed to pack 5 fusion cells and 5 heavy ammo.
Nice.
With that.
Right, next.
All right.
So
So
you're using
now.
the multi-tool.
So I'm going to say for this one, it's going to be intelligence plus repair.
All right.
Because you need to know how you're taking this apart without completely fucking it.
Feel free to use some action
12.
points, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I might burn 2 action points on this.
2 action points.
Yep. So it's 4d20.
So it'll be 3 action points if you want 4d20.
Ah.
First
Yeah,
one
that's
costs
fine.
1, second one costs 2.
Fucking
Right,
use
then I'll just do 3d20.
Okay.
Nah, man, use them.
No, it's fine. 5, 7, 20.
Okay, so one of them being a crit failure, but the other 2
Successes.
being amazing
Sure.
successes. To start with, it stumps you, and you have difficulty figuring out how the hell this thing goes together. You help get Rotclaw and Hal to help you drag the whole table out so you can get around the back of it. And
I thought you were going to ask us to help him with it because we both should not be helping him with any kind of actual
Wait a minute.
No.
This isn't drugs.
us drag good. Presumably Rockclaw asks if he can smash it, get it off.
So you drag this bench out. You take a further look around it. You track all of the cables back. And
Oh, they had child locks on.
and you deftly take the recycler apart. I am willing for you to just chuck that in your notes that you have the recycler. You can set that back up when you return to base.
Yep.
That will allow you to then spend your downtime repacking fusion cells along with everybody else working on ammo. So it's getting darker outside. It's now 1600 hours. The rain is coming down heavier and heavier. This area that you're in is a little bit higher up than the rest. What would you like to do? You've cleared out the mechanics workshop as best you can.
Could we stay here the night?
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Start burning cars.
Yep.
In response to the command I had, by the way, I did go around attempting to open the doors of all the cars and stuff.
The civilian cars, opening each of them. All you're finding inside is skeletons. Nothing too much of note. Altogether, you manage to collect enough bits and pieces from people's vehicles to claim 1 ration each.
Ration, really?
Yep.
Was there any?
You've got construction workers that were on their way to work when the bombs dropped.
Would I care about caps? Probably not. Nah. Nah, I don't care about caps. Cool.
Now, on one of the vehicles, you notice is a tanker truck.
Okay, 1 ration for each person, so I picked up 4 rations, 5 rations.
Well, either everybody can add a ration, or you can add 4.
I didn't give it to him.
Okay. Yeah. So you notice that the one here is a tanker vehicle of some sort. All the markings on the side have worn away and rusted away.
Is there any registration papers or any identifying papers as to where the tanker was based in the front of it?
Good question. Let me just take a look.
Either where it had delivered to, or where it was going to. Because like if it's a tanker, there'd be an invoice or a destination.
Yeah, you're looking for like a clipboard with his delivery instructions or something along those lines. Yep.
Yeah, because it's only a little taker, so it's going to be local. And that I would probably use I don't know what I'd use with perception for that.
So if you can roll me let's say perception plus intelligence
Okay.
here. Sorry, perception. What am I saying? Perception plus outdoorsman.
Okay.
Trying to use your knowledge of the world.
Alright, I will I'll use 2 action points.
So 3 if you want 2 d20s.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
So you want 2 action points.
Yeah.
What are you spending 2 action points on?
This roll. I'm rolling against 4 here. I'm rolling against
Yeah,
a
so
target number of 4.
if you want to add 2 d20s, you need to spend 3 action points, not 2.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say, but
Okay.
poorly.
So you are spending 3 action points, yes.
Yes.
So that leaves you with 1.
Yep, 0 successes. Can I re-roll with a luck?
Yeah. You can re-roll one of the d20s.
You 2. 1 success.
Once.
It's not much, but I got a success, which statistically is right given I'm rolling against a 4.
Yep. So what you see attached to this is a tanker from a place that is just down the road, is a Poseidon Energy depot. He's basically just left his workplace. It's judging from where you can see on the maps. The address is probably 10-15 minutes down the road.
And I've obviously got all the maps downloaded.
You have an actual physical map in the group.
Yeah, but I don't need it.
Yeah. Of course, you would have something of the local area loaded in your database.
Well, I have the entire world. I mean, that's not that crazy for me, and I've got Dead Reckoning, so I know where I'm moving. So yeah, so that's going to. Okay, no worries.
So that's continuing south from where you are.
South is up on this screen.
On this screen, yes, it is. It is where the vehicles are coming from.
Yep. Okay, no problem. Great. Yep. I think he's lost then. I guess he was running from a atomic bomb. Makes sense.
Well, he's just simply left his place of business. He's obviously filled up and he's taking whatever he's got to somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. That's not Red Rocket. Interesting. Okay. No worries. No further questions, Your Honor.
Now, if you're going to spend the night here, I would say that you would find enough materials to be able to bolt the police plating to HAL 9000 if you would like to spend some time tonight, Marvin.
Yeah, I'll do that since we're here.
A little bit of help from Abby in the power armor to hold things in place.
A little bit of help from the
Keep
DM.
him still. Don't let him move.
All right. Are you spending your time in are you sleeping in here? Are you setting up your campsite?
I'm gonna go next door and search that building just before I go to sleep.
Okay. So which way are you going? You've got the front door here. You've got a side door down an alley that you have access to.
Or the hole in the wall?
I'll go through the front door.
Front door? So as you step inside, you're walking into a dining and kitchen area in the entry. You see on the right there's a fridge and stove. On the left, you see a Protectron civilian unit that is in his little command center where he charges up. And there's a computer nearby on a desk.
Have a look in the fridge.
In the fridge? Yep. So you find not much. Most of it's moldy. You find some water and some Nuka-Cola. And 1 rot gut. So in total, you have enough water for 2 units each.
2 for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's another, what's that, 8?
Yep. So whether you distribute that to everybody immediately or whether you keep that for
No,
yourself.
I don't tell them at the moment.
Okay. I like how it was everybody gets it at the start, and now it's I must hoard this for myself.
All right, and then let's just keep walking around.
Yep. So all in all, this is a big block of units that are above you. It's partially damaged, but it's mostly covered. You're well out of the rain inside here. On your right, you see a jukebox and a couch. And then walking further around, where there's walls that have come down, there is a couple of actual beds and a toilet.
Go piss in the toilet to start with.
Of course.
And then I
Urination
will.
fetish.
Yep. I'll then go out and I'll tell everyone that there's some beds and couches in here. And then I'll come back in, kick the jukebox, and go lay on the couch.
You kick the jukebox, and so you've told everybody that it's nice in there.
Yep.
Well, he didn't use the words nice.
I just said there's some beds in here. I'm giving the bed to the boss, Abby. You got to give
Yep.
her a bed. Gonna give Marvin a bed. I can't fit on it, so I'm just gonna take the couch. And Hal can go fuck himself.
Exactly.
Hal, stand guard, Hal.
Are you lighting a fire? Are you doing anything to cook food?
I'm all good.
Just eating your rations as is?
I'm gonna give the rot gut to Marvin because he
To
likes
Marvin?
that.
Yep. So Marvin and
I will-
Hal have finished patching up Hal's armor. So Abby, if you're sleeping in the bed, you will have to step out of your power armor for the night. You leaving that parked?
Yep.
Yep.
Right next to my bed.
Right next to your bed. Okay. Okay. So Marvin's taking the other bed,
Yep, down in the rock gut before I go to bed.
drinking yourself stupid.
What a nice way to finish.
All right, and with that, soothed by the sweet sounds of Mr. New Vegas that's playing through the radio.
It sounds like a baby sucking on a bottle as he's sucking down the rock gut.
Singing along.
You are lulled to sleep, and we close to darkness.
Nice.
Where's my fade to dark then? Let's go. Press it. That's not dark. You